There we go. Good evening, and we welcome you to our Friday evening world class seminar. Um, on some of our programs, we spend wonderful time. Um, we spend very wonderful time discussing the issues of life and the way to solve some of those problems. Tonight, the topic says, "My ex can go to hell." My ex can go to hell. We are not saying here that we are not saying here that um, that we are happy that somebody should go to hell or all that kind of stuff. We are playing on words. Um, we're playing on words. That's basically what we are doing. You see, you could be so annoyed by what your significant other, your ex-boyfriend, your ex-girlfriend. I mean, I am not talking of a one day, I'm not talking of a one day relationship. I mean, you have put your life into that relationship. You've put a lot into it. That's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. That's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. You've put so much into it. Oh yeah. You put so much of your time and your talent into it. Excuse me, people. I'm trying to make this work. This is my first time of broadcasting. My second time of broadcasting live for those of you on Facebook. So please let me welcome those of you on Facebook who are watching this program live, and those of you on Ustream who are watching it live. Please, if you're on Ustream or you on Facebook, if the camera is not well balanced, please just let me know. Just let me know. Let's correct it. There's nothing wrong about that. Um, I want you to be aware that you could have given of all of your personality, the best of who you are, into a relationship of a marriage or into a relationship of a very enduring friendship, that you discover that at the end of the day, you were treated so badly. You were being used. You were being used and abused. You were being used and abused. I want to thank the lady from Germany that did this beautiful job of the work we see on the monitor there. Thank you, Ladre. Um, there are some special people that I'm praying for, and I am gradually entering into my days of separation and prayers. This fast approaching. I knew about it a little bit a while ago. So I am here to thank all of you. Thank you very much um, for being part of what I'm doing. Thank you for sending me on a mission for Jesus. I want to thank um, G, and I want to thank um, I want to thank Geneva for uh, transcribing a lot of work. Thank you very much. Um, let's begin to look at it carefully. How do you deal with an ex that really made you mad, that really disappointed you, that really failed you, and sometimes hurt you, and many a times hurt you? You will not have had high blood pressure, but in fact, you used to be skinny. You used to be skinny until that terrible divorce happened. That traumatic divorce. And then you started adding weight. In fact, you started adding weight when you started having problem with your significant other or your man or your woman or your husband or your wife. How do you deal with the memories of such people after they've gone out of your life? That's what we are talking about tonight. How did you deal with it? Will you say, like I do, my ex can go to hell? And for those of you who are planning to kick out your wife or your husband because of what you've suffered, and many of you know that if you stay in that relationship, you're going to die. You're going to really perish. And as long as you remain in that relationship, God will not be part of the blessing will not flow. The anointing will not be there. God will not be there. How do you deal with it? I'm talking about that now you are separated or you are divorced or you are out of that person's life. How do you deal with it? Do you forgive and forget? How do you handle all that experience and memory? How is it working out? Do you simply say that because you are a Christian, you're born again, or because you are human, that it's all good? How do you handle the folder? The pieces that left behind, the broken bottles in your life that they left behind, the bruises and hurt that I don't know what kind of prayer is going to solve it. It's going to remove those pain out of you. The pain they inflicted on you, the accusation that they pour on you, the judgment they prescribed against you and actually carried it out. The sorcery and witchcraft, the evil prayers they prayed against you. How did you recover from it? How did you deal with it? You can share your experience with us. Boyfriend, marriage, share with us, please, tonight. If you are in a different country and you are watching this on Facebook, on Ustream, I want to ask you kindly, you can call in at 316-665-4400. US country code is 1. Or you can call in at 316-243-2967. Let me repeat the numbers. 316-665-4400 or 316-243-2967. Those lines are opened. You can call any of them and share your experience with us. Or you can also go to our Facebook site and leave your comments there and so on while this is going on. Please, we open this for discussion and for interaction tonight because God will use what we share to solve our problems. Your happiness will never happen until you deal with your experience. Please write that down, Anna and Geneva. Your happiness will never begin and will not endure until you deal with the memory of your ex. How do you deal with the memories of your ex? What they left behind in your life? Please, let's go on here. Anybody can jump in. This is a free for all. It's not for the educated or for non-educated. It's for anybody who have been hurt, who have been accused, judged, sorcery played on you, snitched, betrayed. You were allowed to be the one carrying the tab. You were the one working 80 hours, 2 jobs. How do you deal with all this? And the other person did nothing and played you or pimped you, and you didn't even know it. Please, can you share with us tonight? Anybody?
I was trying to say something. I had an ex who didn't do anything really for me, and I had 4 kids with him. And when we broke up, I don't know, I'm okay. I don't have any hurt feelings. I just
How did you live with the ex? He didn't do anything for you except gave you 4 babies. He gave you 4 kids. Did he have a job?
No, he didn't have a job. That's why it wasn't that hard.
How did you live with him? How many years did you live with him? He didn't have a job. Are you kidding me?
It's weird. We were only
Continue.
We had my last 2 kids. He moved out already.
He was dead already.
No. Okay, we had 2. We were living together for 3.5 years. And he moved out, and then while he was moved out, I was pregnant.
Please tell the line.
After I had that baby, and then I had 1 more kid with him, but he was already moved out.
Oh.
I had 4. Yep.
He had moved out already.
Yeah, he moved out when I had 2. He moved out. But when he moved out, I was pregnant. So, and then I got pregnant again because we had slept together while we were broke up. We weren't living together. But he would just come around sometimes, And, so he didn't do anything for me. And not only that, I was 4 kids. And not only that, when I met him, he had a child. So he left that child with me. So I had 5 kids from him. And, I had 5 kids when I was young and I was by myself. He didn't do nothing for me.
Wow. Seriously?
Yeah, seriously. And so I don't know why I don't have hateful feelings for him. I never have. I don't have. My mom remembers all the bad things he does to me still. She'll bring it up sometimes, but I mean,
what kind of bad thing did he do to you?
He beat me up.
Okay.
Once in a while, if he'd get drunk, and gave me bruises. One time, I thought he was gonna kill me.
He was about to kill you one time.
Yeah, I got a machete, and I was holding my baby, the 3-month-old baby, and he came home, and I knew I wasn't able to talk him out of it, and I just started praying. At that time, I really wasn't praying all the time like I am now, but that was 20 years ago. And I just started praying, and he didn't hit me, and he put the machete inside the door, and it just stuck in the door. I thought he was going to kill me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I wish, but no one told, I didn't know why, that's why I tell my kids,
I think what was happening is that you didn't know what love was. You were just alive with him. So, and also you didn't really want anything out of life. You had no agenda, you had no objective, you had nothing that you wanted to accomplish in life. it was just anything goes, anything could happen. So you didn't really care so much about all of that. Because if you truly had a target, you won't live with him to have 4 kids with somebody who didn't have a job. And you were the one picking up the tab. So you were doing the job of a father and a mother at the same time. And all he was doing was get out there, get high, get drunk, come home. And sometime before he came home, he has already had a fight out there. Am I right in what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good. Because you see, I am telling you, I wasn't there when all this happened. But because of the prophetic office I hold, when you are talking to me, I can see what you are telling me. Because many a time that man came home, already he has had a fight. And in fact, let me tell you, every argument he had with his family members or with his friends out there or with his gangs out there, he brought it home and you were the one that paid the price for it. Am I right in what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You couldn't question him about anything. If you question him, a fight will start because he was a very angry man. Am I right?
Yeah, he is an angry man, yeah.
Very angry man. So that's the kind of things that you were dealing with. And so how you were able not to deal with that memory, could anybody help us here to share with us why she didn't feel nothing? Please, before I continue, is there anybody who can call in? You can call in if you want to join the conversation. If you do not want to call our office phone, you can call the conference call line 712-432-1212. The code is 648-355-878 #. You can call in on that line also. Why is it that this girl did not react, did not feel much after the ex left? Now, while we wait for an answer for that, because the caller, hold that thought while we go to somebody on this line, on the 66 and the 316-665-4400 line. Who is calling, please?
This is Iselma.
Iselma, yes, Iselma.
How are you, dear?
I'm doing good.
Oh, you finished cook dinner?
Okay, we are in. Can you hear the conversation? Iselma, every 9 o'clock in the evening, every Friday and every Saturday, at 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, we have a conference. A conference is what you are listening to right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you have to write down 9 p.m., 9 p.m. Friday, 9 p.m. Saturday, 9 a.m. Sunday, Eastern time. Nobody can call me at that time because I am on a conference.
Okay, dear.
Yes.
All right.
Except, do you have something to share with us about an issue with an ex that is very hurting?
No.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, dear. Bye-bye.
All right, let's go on. Is there anybody who can share with us about why this lady that just shared with us before this interference, is there anyone who can share with us why she was numb to her pains? Anybody? Geneva, you have an answer. I'll go to you. You are good at this. Why was she numb at the pain?
I could probably guess that it just became a normal way of life.
Good. Continue. That's why you don't need to be keeping quiet in this kind of thing because you have experiences in this. Continue. And then, continue. We are listening to you.
Well, we would have to ask her, but if that's what it is, then that's the reason. I mean, if it's a normal way of life, she doesn't get angry about it. Well, some people get angry, but to her, it's a normal way of life. It's something that she accepted.
Good. It became a normal way of life that she accepted that made her pain, her torture, the beating to become numb. She became numb to these things. So that's the answer I was looking for. She became numb to it. It became a normal way of life. Even if she got killed by that man, she would not have felt anything. She would have felt the pain of dying, but life didn't really mean a lot to her. See, there are some people to whom life doesn't mean anything. For example, if you go to the Arab world, many of the Arab world, somebody commit a crime, they have to call the entire community out and cut off the person's head. I mean, that is even a more traumatic sight to see than trying to do their own way of doing judgment, carrying out sentences against criminals. Okay, you ask yourself, Saudi Arabia is as wealthy as they are with their oil money. They can build good prison where they can reform people instead of just bringing them and slaying them, right? I mean, that really is troublesome to see such events still going on in the world in which we live. Somebody can accuse somebody of something. If the other person is in a higher authority, has money, can make a decision, and they will chop off this person's head. And that doesn't sound to me like the 21st century in which we live. We should have those kind of stuff going on. They should never be going on. There's a way to treat a human being with dignity and honor, even until the person passes away. By being elderly, than to torture people, kill people, all kind of rubbish that people are still doing out there. That's why I'm so grateful as an immigrant that I live in the United States. I'm so grateful to the soil of this country that is my home. Why? Because there's too much crazy thing out there that should never be happening. And the world look as though it's normal. It's not normal. People became numb to seeing those kind of things. Brutality. And many of our exes and so on, they have brutalized our mind, brutalized our flesh, brutalized our spirit, used up our energy, money, material resources, betrayed us, snitched on us, returned back, repeated it, almost killed us, and then left again. And then many of them are still trying to come back for good, to come and finish up what they did not finish. See what she just said, Geneva just said, because it's become a way of life. If you know that you were born to be blessed and your job is to be blessed, you will never allow any human being to brutalize you. You will never live in any country where they brutalize people, where they treat people inhuman. Even when people do wrong, they chop their head, they chop their hand, they torture them. We cannot go there anymore as a nation or as an individual. You can't allow people to take you there. Under no circumstances of whether boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage, or whatever, you can't allow anybody to take you that road. Because you are worthy of being human, to be treated with dignity. You were created to be happy. You were created for beauty, for happiness, and to enjoy life. If a relationship with somebody doesn't work out, please, 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 I'm begging you, don't allow your emotion to allow you to stay in a situation that you get injured, you get killed, and you cannot be blessed. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. Who again has an experience to give? Please share with us. What is the experience that you've had that In a sense, don't try to be Christian here tonight. Please, I don't want all that Christian thing tonight. That's why the title is My Ex Can Go to Hell. Because it shows that you are really angry. It shows that you are unhappy because of what they did to you. You almost died as a result of it. There's somebody that made me so, that hurt me so bad in the past, that the person came back, called me, trying to get money from me. I look at this. This is somebody who wanted me to die. I'm serious. On a summer, 100-degree weather. It was crazy. I'm not talking about working 80 hours, having a job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs. And somebody else is at home and didn't want to work. So it's not just you who have experienced this thing. I have experienced it. I've seen it all. And the worst thing are those exes, those ex who go away and they have no sense of shame nor guilt, and they want to come back into your life. After they've betrayed you, they've snitched on you, judged you, scandalized you, talk about you, use you up, took the best thing that you have in your life and fled. Fought you in the court over cars and houses that they never bought, they never contributed. Fought you on your children. Became jealous that you want to be educated more than themselves. And then finally, God gave you one courage one day for you to say, no way, I cannot tolerate this. How do you deal with it? I'm not asking you to mention your name when you call into our program. I'm simply asking you to share your ideas with us. Share your experience with the world so that somebody else can learn from this and be strong to stand up for themselves in the world in which we live today. That's all we are doing here. We are not coming here for a prayer meeting tonight. There are people who are heading out there. It's not a prayer that is going to solve their problem. It's the ability to hear your story and they become empowered. Because the Holy Ghost uses your stories. Your story is a tool for the Holy Spirit. Everything is not prayer and fasting. So please, can you speak up tonight? Who want to share the experiences tonight? Or all of you are numb to the experiences you've had? Or all I'm having?
Virginia wants to share her story.
Who is that?
Elle from Virginia.
Okay.
Okay. So this is how I deal with guys that have done me wrong from the past. Okay. I've been through a lot of mental abuse, and it just seems like a lot of times when a man wants to mental abuse you, he try to use that to bring you down. So how I deal with it is I feel like the person is never going to change, so I let them go. And I continue being the best person that I can be, furthering my education, looking for a better job, taking care of myself, remembering that I was created to be happy and to be beautiful and to love myself. And you can move on. And when you move on, you don't look back, because if somebody hurt you one time, I feel like they'll do it again.
Yeah, stop there. Stop there. Stop there, T-girl. Stop there, T-girl. Stop there. Listen to what this lady is saying. When someone has hurt you one time, they will do it over and over again.
That's right.
I want you to be aware, because that is a very powerful sentence. I have been saying it over and over again, and somebody else is saying it. Because people will want to walk back into your life when they have gone out there what they think was better than you, or who they thought was better than you. When they go out there and discover that those people are worse than you, then they want to come back And when they come back, the cycle or the ghost that follows them or in them or their very own spirit, when they come back, they always come to finish up many a times what they did not finish. They will hurt you over. And that is why the little things people are saying and doing, the negative things they are saying and doing when you were dating them or when you started relationship with them. Can I share? Can I be honest with you? Those little things you were seeing that you didn't really like, but you didn't want to do anything about it. I can assure you that those tiny little things that you did, you just say it doesn't really matter. The person will change. Can I assure you of one thing? Those are the things that are going to happen in a very big way when both of you have tied the knot or begin to live together. If the person wasn't giving you money, buying you things, especially quality things, not somebody who buy you things, buy you a dollar thing, knowing that they will get $10 back from you. Now I'm talking of people who spend time to buy you quality because they honor you, they love you for who you are, not people who are in your life for business, who are pimping you indirectly or directly. If you allow your ex or exes to come back, they will send you to hell. So before they send you to hell, you should tell them you can go to hell. Why? Because you yourself, they have sent you to more hell while you are alive. That's why many of you, the devil doesn't want you in hell. Because the hell that you carry in yourself, the devil doesn't want to see it. Yep. You are going to hell. You've been there already. These people have sent you there many times. Therefore, when somebody tells you go to hell, you tell them I've been there already and I came back alive, so I cannot. And the devil doesn't want me there because the fire in me is too much. I'll destroy everything there. Many of you, the problem they put you through is worse than the problem that Lucifer has facing him in the future. I mean, that is, I'm playing with words here. Not talking, there is real hell. There's a seriousness about the real hell. You cannot equate it with anything you've seen on the earth. Continue, Tiga. Continue. I love what you're saying tonight. I'm very fascinated by it.
I just feel like when somebody has emotionally abused you, although you become numb, you cannot accept what they've done to you. Like that's how you're supposed to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
You are a child of God, and you have to learn how to love yourself and know that you were not created to be treated that way.
Yep.
And when somebody does you wrong one time, you forgive them. And depending on what they've done to you, if they put their hands on you, if they've abused you, you don't need to continue to put up with that.
There you go.
But you have to love yourself.
Let's put it this way, Tiga. When once somebody has the courage to, number one, quit their job so that you are the only one working, except somebody is a multi-millionaire and tell you don't need to work. But be careful that you tell such a person to put a large sum of money aside in your own name in case something happened to that person and you have your own money. Make sure if somebody tells you don't work, I don't want you to have a job, make sure you've told that person to put aside $1 million in a bank account in your own name, not in his name, in case something happened. So when you are the one footing the bill only, and the other person is sitting, doing nothing, especially the men, they're sitting down, all they are doing is sex and drink and boss and control. Wanna check your phone, wanna know why you came back 1 minute late from your job, and he himself has no job. He's driving your car, is eating your food. He lives under your roof. Why do you think that that is normal? Repeat what you just said. Repeat what you just said.
Okay. I said, you have to learn how to love yourself. When somebody's not right for you, you got to let them go. And
You have to learn how to love yourself, because many of you do not love yourself. And because of that, you think that by loving somebody else, that will make you feel better about yourself. There are people who call me and tell me how when they went out there, somebody gave them a compliment at the store. I mean, I hear this every day. I'm not talking about anybody. This is what happens all the time. There are people who are not comfortable with themselves except somebody tell them that they look nice. They don't feel nice. Except somebody tell them that they look good. They don't feel good. You must be comfortable with you first and foremost before you leave your house. So whatever compliment anybody give you does not matter, because you are royal, you already feel good and blessed. Another thing that she raised is this, and you have to be aware of this. This is another thing that she's raising here. She's saying, if a person put their hand on you one time, they're gonna do it over and over. If they start by giving you a knock on the head, next time it's gonna be a slap, and next time it's gonna be a boxing. Next time they're gonna hit you with the belt, or they're gonna break the branch of a tree and hit your head really good and break it down to pieces. Let me tell you, there are people who are not afraid to kill somebody else. There are people who are actually the spirit of murder. That is, they are murderers. They love to poison or to kill people. That is the kind of spirit that they are. We are not talking of demonic spirit. We are talking of who they are naturally. A lot of radical people, fundamentalist people in the religions of the world have the spirit of a murderer. They are killers. And you don't joke with such people. It doesn't matter how rich they are, they can wake up the other night and ask you to be executed or plan for your death or plan to use you. They failed in their business. You are the next, the insurance money they need, they're going to kill you for it. I'm serious. So if you think you are beautiful, think twice. Because there are men who don't care about your beauty. They will pimp you, kill you to make money. There are people, there are people who don't care. As long as they make the money, they don't care whether somebody's blood went. They're not interested. That's why warfare is big business. Don't allow anybody to put their hand on you, especially a man. I know some of you women will be so angry over what has been done to you that you want to slap him. That's different. Because you are not naturally a violent person, but it can reach that point. And when it reaches that point, one of you must leave the other and never come back. I don't care whether you have houses, children, whether you have things together. I don't care. Somebody need to go. If the other person is no longer fun to be with, if they are not fun to be with, they need to go, or you go. Because it is your life. It's not that person's life. There is a lot of anger in me when I talk about this kind of thing, because it has happened to me. And I was naive to this. Until I learned to be aggressive, lovingly aggressive. Not do it out of hatred, but out of protecting my very skin. Survival. Because I have a target. I have things to do in life. Don't allow anybody to put their hand on you. When once they do it, that person must leave you. I don't care whether they get born again, they become prophet or pastors or become wealthy, whatever. When once they do it, they can plan your death. Continue, Tiga.
Well, I just feel like, as a woman, you got to know your value.
There you go. As a woman, you're gonna know your value. As a woman, you're gonna know your value. It's not every man who is worthy of giving you a compliment. Oh, baby, you look so sexy. You look so good. You look at the person, you say nothing, you keep walking. Can I have your cell phone number? You don't even look at the person. You enter your car, you drive off. Same thing with a man. Because there are people who are targeting weaknesses to use to destroy. I know of people who go to the club. Somebody shared that experience with me. Went to the club, and this guy was buying her a lot of drink and all of that, and then they finally, oh, do you have a ride? The lady said no. So I'll take you home. And they were, can we go to my house and spend some time at my spot? So okay, as long as you bring me back, you can drink a little bit more, watch some. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, she has seen him many times at that club. And they went. And while she was drunk and sleeping, the man woke up, copying down her social security, copying down her card number, expiration date, the CV, is that the CV has the 3 code at the back, all kind of information about her. In fact, that same while she was sleeping, the man has a printer that they use in duplicating people's driver's license or identity card or social security. He did it within 2 hours. He did it perfectly and put them all back there. And in the morning, he took her back home. Later on Monday morning, she discovered that the money in her account is gone. And the only person she could point to was this guy. And mind you, she didn't even know his address. She only has his phone number. He called that number is not in existence anymore. Try to get away from the drunkenness of that night to remember the streets that he took her through, because the guy did not take her through the highway. They went through different streets so that she doesn't know even the number of the place where they were. And she went back to the club. The only thing that saved her life was she went to the club with the FB or whatever, and they asked for videos of the Saturday, and they looked and they looked and looked, and then they saw her with the guy. That's how they were able to know who it was, and they traced him and caught him. And they have to change her identity and everything. We should be careful. T-Girl, summarize. I'm very happy to hear you share tonight.
I just feel like, honestly, at the end of the day, we got to learn how to protect ourselves and not be having a whole bunch of babies.
Values. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. That's why your ex can go to hell. I don't owe no apology to any man or to any woman who hear me talk this way. It's because I'm full of rage for what I myself have suffered. And I'm not happy over what a lot of women and men have suffered because of people who capitalize on our being naive and innocent and loving and kind and use that against us. I'm not raging or angry. I'm just playing with words tonight. So I want you to be aware of this. Values. Protect yourself. See, the word that she's using will tell you that she has done her homework before moving on in life. Values. Protect yourself. You need to. Come on, I'll be quiet. Finish up.
Okay, and I think even as a man, because men go through the same thing, you can't let somebody bully you. You got to learn how to stand up for you.
Okay. There you go. You're going to learn how to stand up for you. You're going to learn how to stand up for yourself. T-Girl, thank you very much. Is there anybody who want to react to what she just said? Or anybody who has something else to share? Because you look, if you just take what she just said, or what Geneva said, if you just want to take it like it doesn't mean anything, it's what you better begin to take this thing serious. If not, you'll be running around relationship, your ex, till you are 70, 80s, and you'll never be able to achieve anything for your life, in your life, because of other people. I'm serious. Because people can waste your time for years. By the time that you know that they've wasted enough of your time, is too late. By that time, you want to take your own life because you are very angry. Is there somebody else that want to share tonight? Is there somebody else that want to share tonight? Geneva, is it up to 30 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. What time is it now? How many minutes have we spent so far?
6 over.
6 over, okay. I think we will stop here for tonight. Now, let me share something with you that you need to know. If you have been hurt so bad, to the extent that you wish that your ex should die, you don't want to see their face, you don't want them to call you, except for those of you who you have children together. Okay, that's different. But this is what I want to tell you tonight. This is what I want you to know tonight. Hallelujah. I want you to be aware of this. If you have been so discouraged, betrayed, judged, accused, snitched, not accepted, not loved, they put a lot of pain on you. I have a word for you tonight. You have the right to call me, and I have the right to remain silent forever over whatever you tell me. Call me, pay me, and I will deal with those memories. Tomorrow we will deal with the memories. How do you forgive and forget? How do you forgive and forget? And how do you do a good job at that? So that it remains dead, dead, dead. Call me to pray over your ex or exes. If they keep coming in your dream. In fact, you never remind me to do a ministration, a broadcast on how to deal with the memories of your exes or ex that keep showing up in your dream. How do you deal with the memory of your ex that keep appearing in your dream? In your dream. Because you could be so hurt so bad that it become part of the nightmares that you're gonna have to deal with on the earth. Pains become nightmares. Pains become nightmares. And you need to stop it. This is where prayer comes in, and this is where professional understanding comes in. This is where you need a spiritual leader to be in your life. And I'm willing to be one in your life. Go to our store, idikaimaryministry.com. Go to our store and shop for ministry resources. This is Bishop Idikai Mary saying to you, good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Watch out for tomorrow's morning prayer, wake up and pray broadcast to be in at least by 12 midnight tonight. You will have it there to pray for tomorrow.
Is it okay if I give a message to I just wanna tell people that if you know somebody who's 18 and they're starting to look for a boyfriend and girlfriend, and maybe they don't know what kind of person to be looking for. Like I didn't. I wish I had someone to tell me to find somebody with a job, someone who worked, who had a car, who had a future,
Yes.
who cared, who was nice, who had parents, who had I had older brothers and sisters that were 10 years older than me. I wish they would have just sat me down and told me something instead of just letting me pick losers. So, I think it'll make a big difference in someone who's out there just starting to date so they don't end up with exes.
Yes. Hello?
Yep. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm in a meeting right now, okay? I'll call you back. I'm meeting. I'll call you back. Bye-bye. All right. You heard what she said. She said that if you know people who are hurting, send them to me. Let's deal with those problems. That's how it is. All right. You guys have a good night. Have a good night. If you know people who wanna be helped to know what they should be looking for in life, then give me a call. I'll deal with it. Okay. Good night. I'll see you later. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
All right. Okay, that one done.